welcome you to Friday's broadcast of programs. Thank God it's Friday. And on behalf of the crew making up Morning Ride Friday's edition, we welcome you to our world of information, education, and entertainment. My name is Lilibeth Ugochukwu, saying thank you so much for joining us this Friday morning. And on Morning Ride today, we'll have a whole lot packed for your viewing pleasure, and I hope it meets you well. And today we're going to begin with our national celebration. We'll have a whole lot of celebrations today, but we're going to be picking two major celebrations which concerns us. And our first celebration is going to be National Day, International Day of Neutrality. International Day of Neutrality. And we also have the Universal Health Coverage Day. Universal Health Coverage Day, and that's under a medical system. We're going to talk a little bit on that, and then we'll have a doctor coming thereafter to go deeper into what the day holds and the meaning of that celebration. And so let's look at the International Day of Neutrality. Now, the possibility of a utopian world is promoted annually on International Day of Neutrality. And when I say utopian world, what do I mean? It means perfect, something that is perfect. So the possibility of a perfect world is promoted annually on this day, which is the International Day of Neutrality. And what is neutrality? Something clear, something transparent, something neutral. Doesn't take sides. It's just close to perfect. Now, December 12th, which is today, is the observance of this day. It was initiated by the United Nations and focuses on advocating and campaigning for mutually beneficial and friendly relations between countries. A country in a neutral state means that it is not taking any sides in times of conflict or war. Switzerland is a great example of neutrality, which chose to remain neutral during both world wars. Now, being neutral, when you say a country is neutral, it doesn't take sides in anything, any kind of war, any kind of conflict. They don't take sides. They are just neutral. They just stand on their own. Now, this is because probably they don't want to get to interfere and then be the center of attraction. Now, it was officially declared in a resolution passed by the UN General Assembly in February 2017 and was celebrated on December 12th the same year, 2017. The duties and rights of a neutral country are set in the Hague Convention of 1907. That in international law of sovereignty, in international law, a sovereign state that refrains from any participation in a war between or with other countries and maintains an attitude of indifference towards belligerents is defined as a neutral country. In return, belligerents, a country in a permanent state of neutrality will remain as such in all future wars. Now, if a country does not engage in any war whatsoever, in the future, war will not even come to them and they will not engage in war. They're just neutral. It's just peaceful. Now, in 1815, the first country to declare its permanent status of neutrality was Switzerland, and so far they've kept to that promise. And as a result of this, thousands of refugees have found a safe haven in this country over the years. Switzerland has now become a place for refugees to go and take shelter, to take coverage. Now, but Turkmenistan is the only state that is recognized as neutral by the United Nations. Resolution 5080 was adopted by the UN General Assembly on December 12, 1995. recognizing Turkmenistan as an entirely neutral state. The anniversary of this declaration was then established as the International Day of Neutrality on February 2nd, 2017. In order for countries to operate effectively while remaining independent, neutrality serves as an important concept for the United Nations to gain the cooperation and confidence of its member countries. The UN creates awareness of neutrality as a means to strengthen security and peace in regions where it is needed, and eventually at a global level so that friendly ties are maintained between countries all over the world. Functions that fall under neutrality include prevention of conflict, negotiation, mediation, and employing special envoys, consultations, and development activities. So, on this day, we celebrate those countries that don't get involved in war. When other countries are at war with each other, they don't try to interfere. They don't take sides. They don't back anybody. They don't send their troops to go stand for any country. They are just on their own. And so far, so good. Switzerland is the only country that has taken that stand. And so that's it on the International Day of Neutrality. Now let's go to our second celebration, which is the Universal Health Coverage Day. It's under health. Universal Health Coverage Day. It is observed annually on December 12th with the aim to ensure people around the world can get the quality health service they need without financial hardship. It's just like free-to-air medical treatment. Now, to end the crisis and build a safer and healthier future, we must invest in health systems that protect us all. Now, imagine our health system are failing. What becomes of the citizen? What becomes of people in that country? So we need to invest. The government needs to invest. Stakeholders need to invest. Even individuals who are well-to-do need to invest in our health system. Recently, we had so many doctors from Nigeria traveling abroad looking for greener pastures. The health system has been failing, and this has moved most of our medical practitioners to go elsewhere to seek for help or to seek for, according to them, greener pastures, leaving our health system to collapse. But this is not what we need at this time, because the citizens will be the ones to suffer it. The vulnerables will be the ones to suffer it. Those who cannot afford to pay for their health, to pay for treatment, they will be the ones to suffer it. Now, most persons are going trado. They feel it is the best, it's easier, there's no way you will go to that you won't get a trado medical to take care of you. Now they have left the hospital, they have left the clinics to go trado. So we need to invest in our health system. So on Universal Health Coverage Day, let's all come together to demand action on universal health coverage. Our health facility, our health system should not be allowed to fail, should not be allowed to go down. We shouldn't run to other clans where they have built their health system to be a very strong one. We shouldn't run there to go and take solace or to go and work. Let us bring it back home and make our health facilities to be strong so that those people out there can even come here to get treatment. We have good doctors, certified ones. We have good surgeons. So what exactly are we looking for? We need a place. We need a good health facility. We need a good health system that works so that when these doctors come to work there, they are comfortable in working in such an establishment. Now let's dive a little bit into the history of Universal Coverage Day. Universal Health Coverage Day was originally promoted by the World Health Organization. The World Health Organization is part of the United Nations and it's responsible for international public health. In December 2012, the United Nations General Assembly approved a resolution urging countries to fast-forward universal healthcare progression. The foundation hopes to cement the idea that everyone, everywhere, should have access to affordable and equality healthcare, which is a vital priority for international development, and it should be a vital priority for governments to make sure that their health facility is working perfectly. Now, while all UN member states, including the United States, committed to accelerating the progress towards universal health, approximately 30 million Americans remained uninsured. Many middle and low income countries are also attempting to move in the direction of affordable and quality health care, but there is still a lot of work to be done. It is capital intensive. 3 countries are especially highlighted for their quality healthcare structures. Germany, which has the world's first and oldest health insurance system. The Netherlands, which has one of the best performing healthcare systems, as well as Canada, which is America's neighbor of equal geographical size. So these are the 3 countries that have been highlighted for their quality healthcare structures. The healthcare structures are top-notch. Now, the first modern healthcare system was established by a German named Chancellor Otto von in 1883. The insurance model required everyone to have insurance through sickness funds, which were similar to the current-day non-profit health insurance companies. Now, this coverage was initially only limited to blue-collar workers. Over time, mandatory health insurance became something for other societal classes, and so by 1987, nearly 90% of the population was covered. In 2007, Germany established its ultimate goal by passing a law that mandated health insurance for all residents. So everyone in Germany have health insurance. In Canada, became the first province to introduce and diagnostic centers in 1947. Now today, all Canadians are automatically the country's publicly funded healthcare system, which includes 13 provincial and territorial health plans. And meanwhile, in the Netherlands, private insurance and compulsory sickness fund systems were consolidated into a single system in 2006. All residents are required to obtain health insurance purchased on a national exchange. Universal Health Coverage Day is also an opportunity to reflect on the progress made to date in the US. No 2 countries take the same path when it comes to healthcare, as they build their systems by taking into account their own historical, cultural, and socio-political context. While the US has not yet achieved universal health coverage, the UN goal for 2030 is within reach for the country as well as around the globe. So just imagine around the globe, by 2030, everyone has an insurance, a health care insurance. How beautiful that would be. That when you're sick, you're already insured. All you have to do is go to the hospital and get yourself treated at little or no cost. You're medically insured. So we'll celebrate the Universal Health Coverage Day today. And as we do that, let's all be reminded that we have to take care of our health. Let's be reminded that health is wealth. So those things that you need to do to stay healthy, please go ahead and do them. It is easier, cheaper, safer, better to stay healthy than to go to the hospital and spend thousands and millions of money to treat what, start celebrating the Medicare. Let us take care of our health. And to start celebrating the insurance, our health insurance, let's take care of our health. And that's it on National Celebration this day. We're going to go on a quick break, and when we return, it will be time for our next sport. Stay with us on Morning Ride, Friday's edition.